What up, folks? Enriched Minds here, and we got to talk. Breaking news. Facebook has banned quite a few people from their platforms today. Prominently, Alex Jones. In case some of you guys don't know who Alex Jones is, he's a prominent conspiracy theorist that he did a really good podcast with Joe Rogan maybe about a month and a half ago, something like that. And he cleared up his thoughts and admitted he was wrong about a lot of things. Now, a lot of you guys might say, in that deposition about the Sandy Hook thing, he really didn't apologize. I'm not going to argue that. I understand your standpoint. I think in those types of settings, you got to be very careful because you're on the line financially. He's being sued. So, of course you're not going to admit guilt and end up being out of a substantial amount of money. Don't mean he ain't sorry. Listen to Joe Rogan's podcast, the episode with him on it. The man, he cleared up a lot of questions that you might have had, so check that out. But I want to talk about them banning Louis Farrakhan. The head of the Nation of Islam for the past, 30, 40 years? I know this is sparking a lot of debate. And a lot of people are saying they're trying to silence black people. It's going to turn racial. I know they're going to turn this discussion racial. And I just want to weigh in on it. They banned these guys for hate speech. They said these men were dangerous. Now, perspective is a very crucial part of society. I want to word this right, y'all, so bear with me. But perspective is a very crucial part of society. Now, some of you guys that are not in tune with current events, we just had a synagogue get shot up in San Diego a few days ago. I don't even think it's been a full week yet. Synagogue, people praying, place of worship, cut down, shot up. There's been a lot of mass shootings. You might have not heard about them, but they've happened abroad, in churches, in people's places of worship. And so here's the thing, Louis Farrakhan has a lot of negative things to say about the Jewish people. And some of you might be screaming, he hasn't said anything wrong. But there's a fine line because of perspective. And what I mean by that is this. Let's use Donald Trump as an example. Donald Trump has people that are hero worshiping him, right? They are devoted to the man. He can rape their mom and they'll blame the mom. Now, Donald Trump will say certain things about certain people. Next thing you know, someone's arrested for trying to execute a hit list on these people. Now, I'm not saying Donald Trump put a hit on these people, but words are powerful. And perspective can be misconstrued sometimes. I'm sure you guys are in a relationship. You might have said something that was harmless to you, but your other half took the shit way out of proportion because it's their perspective. From their perspective, they saw something different. You saw something innocent and harmless. They saw a grenade. And this is the problem with Farrakhan and Alex Jones and Milo. What's that guy's name? Milo Yiannopoulos, some shit like that. I can't pronounce that guy's name. I'm not really too familiar with anything he said and videos of him. I know the name and I know he's a controversial subject, but a controversial person, but I don't know much about the person. But the thing is, when you start spewing things, especially like Alex Jones has a cult following of people that are taking shit to the extreme. And that's one thing that he spoke about on the Joe Rogan podcast. He was saying he never meant for them to do this and do that. And that's why you have to be careful with your words, because someone's perspective might be an extreme perspective. You're saying something in a harmless, intelligent way. They're saying it just like a few weeks ago, a black church got bombed, right? Because of some extremist perspective. And the problem is, here's the problem with strong opinions. It's fine until it's against you. And a lot of you guys, I have friends that have strong opinions about certain races of people. And they feel like it's okay to have that opinion until some white person or other ethnicity has a strong dislike of them. Now it's a travesty. So, you have to be careful with your opinions, because if you're going to lay the ground rules, you're going to have to live by them when the shit turns against you, when you come in the crosshairs. Because if you're going to be racist and you're going to hurl claims at a certain group of people, well, the shit is going to come right back to you. And so what I'm saying about with Louis Farrakhan is, okay, if you want to position yourself as if you're at war with the Jewish people, and you're trying to, their perspective is you're trying to bring them down. You're constantly slandering them. There's no telling who's going to take Farrakhan's word and want to impress him and launch an attack on him because they were listening to Farrakhan. Now, Farrakhan, I'm not saying Farrakhan's telling anybody to launch an attack, but some loose cannon, some dumbass is out there, and that's what they're going to hear. And this is why you got to be careful with your words, because you never know. You might be talking, I want this motherfucker dead. Somebody might think you're serious and might go do that. And then you're thinking, I was just fucking joking, but it's too late. This is why you got to be careful. And especially when we're talking about racial issues. When you keep living in the past, right? What I mean by living in the past is we've been desegregated, right? Black people are allowed to drink out the same water fountain as everybody else now. Black people are allowed to walk right in the front door of the restaurant. But if we keep talking about back then in the 50s, how the fuck are you going to get anywhere? How are you going to move forward? And if you position yourself as if you're in a standoff with whatever race or whatever group of people, then you frozen right there in that space. Because, in all actuality, a lot of you guys say the white man this, white man that. Jewish people this, Jewish people that. But why don't you say black people this, black people that? Because I guarantee you, in the hood, you're not really worried about the Jewish person when you walk down the street. You're worried about somebody else trying to beat you out of money, trying to rob you, trying to steal out your car. There ain't no Jewish people or no white people coming to your neighborhood and robbing you. Especially when you're in the hood. It's somebody of your own race. Right? It's black people. When I was in the hood, I'm worried about black people. The white man, this and all that shit they was talking didn't have nothing to do with the streets. I never saw, the white people got ran out of that area, or they came to spend some money and get up out of there. I was worried about black people. And I'm saying that to say, we are humans. We are humans first. When you participate in tribalism, you just stopped your growth. Tribalism meaning it's us against them. We're different from that person. You just stopped your growth right there. You limited yourself. Now, I'm not saying black people don't need to unite, because we damn sure do. And we got to stop turning against each other for being black. Now, I know you're saying, but we got a long way to go because we've been fucked up for so long. I understand that, but we can't use that as a crutch. We cannot use that as an excuse. There's so much information that we've learned in the past 50 years where we should be a lot further than where we are now. We shouldn't have had a Nipsey Hussle get killed by another black man for nothing. And then this y'all conspiracy things, the government wanted them dead. And listen, man, everything is not always so deep. Some things are, a lot of things aren't. It's a fluke. Murder is a murder. Somebody caught somebody slipping. And that's just the way it goes. But should Farrakhan have been banned? I'm going to say this. I don't follow him that close on Facebook. I mean, I see a lot of video clips, but I'm not enough where I can really form an opinion. But I can understand why Facebook is, you know, them being under scrutiny from Congress about all this shit that they're allowing on their platform. They're going to have to come down on this shit because there's too many mass shootings. So many mass shootings. And how we going to stop them? Well, we got to stop the spread of this bullshit information first and foremost. And, you know, unfortunately, Farrakhan got caught in the crosshairs. His content is against a lot of other groups of people. And I'm not saying he means harm. I'm not saying he's not bringing awareness to their ways. But when you do it in a certain way, it can create hatred in some random people that decide they don't have nothing to live for, and they're going to go get an AK-47 and go spray up as many people as they can in that group. And you could say, oh, this, that, but when that shit happens to you, then it's a travesty. Then the rules have to change. And that's what you have to learn is don't live your life hypocritical, because that does not make sense. You have a group of rules for certain people, but those rules don't apply to you, then that's just not a real life. That's a fake life, a fantasy life. You should live by a set of rules in your mind that everybody needs to live by, including yourself. And maybe you'll find a path to happiness, and you'll find a path to peace, to where you hold yourself accountable just like you hold the next person accountable. If a Jewish person prevents you from getting that promotion at work, you need to hold the black man to the same accountability when he prevents you from getting that promotion at work. When he's hating on you, like everybody say they hate. Hating ain't just one race, y'all. Well, it actually is one race. It's the human race. And it's the human ways. And so you just do your part not to contribute to the tribalism. And hopefully Farrakhan can get, you know, I don't know how long these guys been banned. I don't know if it's permanent. But hopefully things can turn around and lessons can be learned. And Farrakhan can get back on. And because he does have a lot of positive messages from the ones that I saw. But like I'm saying, people take this shit the wrong way and go to the extreme. And that's a humongous problem going on right now worldwide, but especially in America. We got more gun violence than any other country on this earth. And why is debatable too, and I'm not here to debate that, but I'm here to ask you to tone down the hate speech and the hurtful opinions, and maybe we can cut down some suicides and some mass shootings. Until the next episode, advocate for peace, love, and happiness. And hopefully we can see these gentlemen back on some sort of platform so we can continue to enjoy them for those that are fans. Peace. Holla at me later. Like, share, and comment on this video.